touch will perish. These people have not even come by and said sorry or give their condolences or anything. This little kid that used to eat at my house, go on vacation with us, I fed him like my own, have not even showed up and tell me what happened to my son. Y'all imagine my pain and my anger? Can you even imagine how I feel? It's just the grace of God that's keeping me. I swear to God.
This is the story of 18-year-old Linnon Latham, affectionately known as LJ. He was a young man full of potential, with big dreams and a family who loved him dearly. LJ had his entire life ahead of him, but tragically, after an evening out with his best friend, he would go missing and would be found dead days later. His young life would be cut short under suspicious circumstances, leaving his family devastated and a community in shock. What happened to LJ? Was his death an accident? Or something more sinister? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Miramar, Florida. Miramar is a vibrant city known for its diverse community, family-friendly atmosphere, and growing economic opportunities. 18-year-old LJ, a resident of Miramar, was an ambitious young man and was known for leading others, being selfless, and having a kind heart. He was so caring that he'd even give away his last bit of money to help someone else. LJ was really close to his parents, who loved him deeply and raised him well. He loved spending time with them, and always showed his appreciation for the life they provided him.
I'm just an icon living. Wait, I'm just an icon living. Hey.
Damn idiot.
He also had a loving sister and a younger brother who adored him. His brother's first words were LJ. LJ had high ambitions. He started a car wash business in his community, washing rental cars. He also had dreams of becoming a pilot after finishing high school. He was passionate about flying and worked hard to make that dream come true.
Okay, Mr. Pilot, how was your first flight?
It was good.
Were you nervous?
No, I was not nervous. It was very exciting. As soon as I let off, it was just natural for me. Just let it go and I just took over. That was it.
Wow, how was the landing?
It was a bit bumpy, but you got it down on numbers. Really cool.
Currently a high school senior, he was set to graduate with good grades in 2023 and had been accepted into a university focused on aviation. LJ was a model child in the eyes of his parents. His mom, Araine, was proud of him and often talked about his achievements on social media. At 18 years old, LJ had his whole life ahead of him, but everything changed on a particular night in April 2023. On that night, LJ told his mom he was going out with his best friend, who lived nearby. He had to be back home by midnight, and he usually kept in touch with his mom while he was out. However, as the night grew later, LJ didn't respond to his mom's messages or calls. She even contacted his friend, who said LJ left his phone in the car while he was in the bathroom. His mom grew worried when he didn't get back in touch and checked his location. She saw that he had passed their home, which was unusual. Alarmed, she went to the park where LJ and his friend usually hung out, but LJ was nowhere to be found. Panic set in, and she called the authorities to report him missing. For 3 agonizing days, LJ's family and the community searched for him.
The search intensifies to find a South Florida teenager missing for days.
7's Belky's Araine is at the news desk with more on this. Belky?
As you might imagine, this family is desperately seeking help to find their missing son. 18-year-old Linnon Latham disappeared in Miramar Tuesday night. He was last seen near Vizcaya Park on Southwest 55th Street. This afternoon, they searched a lake in a gated community as part of their investigation. His family, as you might imagine, is very concerned for his well-being. Linnon was last seen wearing a white T-shirt, red Adidas joggers, and Gucci sandals. If you have any information, you are urged to call Miramar Police right away. The number is 954-602-4000. And now federal agencies are helping local police in this search.
Sadly, LJ's body was discovered in a lake in the park where he was last seen. The authorities concluded that he had accidentally drowned. But this explanation left many questions unanswered, especially since LJ was a strong swimmer according to his mom.
A tragic update to the search for a missing Miramar teenager, police finding his body in a lake last night. Linnon Latham was last seen on Tuesday at Vizcaya Park on Southwest 55th Street. His body was found nearby. Investigators say no foul play suspected right now. The cause of death will be determined by the medical examiner.
Despite the tragedy, the case didn't receive much attention beyond the local area, and it was eventually closed. Yet, LJ's family couldn't shake the feeling that something more sinister had happened. LJ's mom took to social media to air out her frustrations with the circumstances surrounding her son's death.
Oh, everyone has been asking me what happened to LJ. I still don't believe what I was told happened to my son, because it doesn't make sense. I was told that, according to the autopsy, that my son drowned. Accidental drowning. How does a kid that is an amazing swimmer drowns accidentally? I don't understand that. Makes no sense. I'm still trying to process it. I'm still trying to process it. This shit don't make no sense. My son's been swimming since he was 2 years old. Diver. I wasn't able to talk about this for a very long time. I'm so bothered. I am so bothered by those mother. I am so fucking bothered. It eats me up inside. My son left home with Jalen Jameson, his best friend, his so-called best friend, went to a park, Viscaya Park, and then all of a sudden my son got upset about something on his phone and got out of the car. Y'all want to know the truth? Let me tell you the truth, because it doesn't add up. My son got out the car, supposedly, and left his phone, supposedly. And Jalen claimed he was looking for my child. A very littered area, right next to Vizcaya. This ain't the hood. We don't live in the hood. I looked at the time, and it's 11:30. LJ knows he has to get home before midnight. 12 o'clock comes. No LJ. I said, this don't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. So I texted him. I said, yo, where are you? No response. 12:15, I was like, yo, what's going on? Nothing from my child. So I text his friend, Jalen Jameson, who told me LJ was in the bathroom and his phone was dead. And I said to him, don't lie to me. We live in the same complex. So then I went to LJ's location on his phone because he always turned it on. That's how good my child was. And I saw the car moving from Vizcaya and coming down Flamingo and coming home. So I watched it. My mind says, screen record this car moving. I don't know why I did that. I screen record the car coming from the location on LJ's phone. The car came in. The car didn't turn to come to my house. The car went to Jalen's house. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. I waited. LJ still didn't come. Call his phone, nothing. So I said, something don't feel right. Maternal instincts, ladies, fathers, mothers, go with your gut feeling. Don't ever second guess it. I jumped out of bed and I jumped in the car. You won't believe when I got to where the car was, it was in front of Jalen's house. Parked up, lights off, everybody gone to fucking bed. So I'm in my mind, they want me to think that my son is in there and I should go home, right? So I started calling again, nothing. Then I text the boy, yo, why LJ's not answering? What's going on? Then he tells me they were at the park and LJ got out of the car and he was looking for me, don't know where he went. I said, what? I immediately went straight to the park and started looking for my son and called the police. Called everybody I knew. And they started looking for my son. You know what's the worst part about this? This kid, Jalen Jameson, went and got his parents. His parents went with him to go look for my child. Nobody called me. Nobody came knocking on my door. Nothing. Nothing. You make me wonder why you as parents did not pick up the phone and call me. I didn't even get to see my child. You as parents know this? Went to help your child look for my son, did not call me, didn't even call the cops. Till after I called the cops. Huh? Who are you? What kind of human being are you? These people have not even come by and said sorry or give their condolences or anything. This little kid that used to eat at my house, go on vacation with us, I fed him like my own, have not even showed up and tell me what happened to my son. Y'all imagine my pain and my anger? Can you even imagine how I feel? It's just the grace of God that's keeping me. I swear to God. And that little boy named Asher. That little boy named Asher. He's the reason why I'm still breathing. Him and my daughter. They are the only reason. They are the only reason. Only reason. And you're gonna say my son drowned? Make it make sense. And as parents, you didn't think to come call me? And that little kid, you didn't think to call the cops when LJ supposedly went missing? Huh? You know what? My hands are clean. I have to live with my child being dead. I hope they can live. I hope they can sleep, because I pray to God that the pain that they have caused me and my family will multiply. I pray everything they do will be cut off. I pray everything that they touch will perish. Because I'm a child of God. And so is my child. I didn't deserve this. My child was getting ready to go to college. He had dreams, he had goals, he had aspirations. All gone, all taken. I couldn't even have an open casket with my child. I didn't even get to see him. The only memory I have of LJ, that Tuesday night, he kissed me on my forehead, like he always does, and he tells me he loves me. He's Asher. He told him he loved him, and I'll see you later, my youth. That later never came. He never came back. He never came back. Now I have to tell Asher when he gets older what happened to his big brother. LJ taught Asher to swim. Sunday, Asher was swimming from one end of the pool to the next.
LJ's family held a touching funeral where his friends and loved ones came to honor his life.
LJ came from a lot of things. He came from two beautiful parents, one coming from a beautiful island, the other coming from this American soil. He came from being known as a Silver Cap kid. He came from eating oxtail and ackee from the comfort of a gated home. He came from learning patois and turning it into his own, from being raised in America but knowing his true roots. He came from knowing South Florida, a place that never makes you leave your Caribbean side. He came from finding comfort in Netflix original and Adult Swim. He came from the melody of Brent Faiyaz to the soul of 2-3 to having dreams that are so high they touch the clouds in the sky. So he chose a plane to fly to see them pass by. He had a passion for planes that you can imagine that will form the type of reaction you could only get from something you truly love. To Vulcan almost every day, so no pain, no gain, even though he always had a smile on his face. From going to church here in Negro Soul, from gospel songs, from still living life to the fullest, disregarding life's empty moments. To being the first for everyone. First son, first love, first student, first friend. Him in Geneva being the first to pay for me to write poetry for them. He came from knowing he got people that love him and care about him and wishes he was still here. Thank you.
It's weird because I was just looking at him the other day in class. I was looking at his hair. He was on his phone. He was always in a good mood. He was always smiling, telling jokes. If you know, he was always by the bus loop with Brian, always trying to speak patois, as someone else said before, and I'm gonna miss him. It's still not real to me. I still can't process it yet, that he's not here. In my head, he's just somewhere, I don't know where, he's just not here. And it's sad to see that his seat in class is now empty, that he's not gonna be there anymore, and he's not gonna bother me. as I'm doing my work, or hit me in the back of my head with the laptop and call me L-Mans anymore. So, thank you.
You created an amazing human being. Like, he was a very good child. A very, very good child. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Because it shouldn't happen like this. We have 1 month until we graduate. 1 month. He was right there. But I know he's watching over us. I told myself I wasn't gonna come here, but I think that's what LJ would want, to see me here for the first time. Even though he's not here physically, I know he's here right now, seeing everyone and, you know, thanking y'all for coming here and supporting him.
That was my best friend. He was my first love. He taught me how to be a mother. He taught me to be selfless. He taught me to be courageous. And he always has my back. I thank you all for being here to celebrate who he was. I love the phrase, his